Good afternoon. This is FIDE Senior Trainer and International Master Chess Coach Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Society of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Center to this intermediate training session. So, I will be covering certain interesting endgame themes and puzzles, and followed by the main topic, science of winning chess. Today I will focus on classical Sicilian, some variations. Alright. Hello chess master, good afternoon. Welcome. Now in the given position, white has two pieces for black's two pawns. However, one pawn is advanced and the black king is also very close to the queening square. So this is a very interesting theme and a concept. Normally it appears it is an easy draw for black. It looks like an easy draw, but white having the move has winning chances, can win the game. So let us see how I should play and win the game. Find out about it. Till people arrive, you find out about it. Suchitra Joshi says bishop g1. Very well. So king will come and try to attack the bishop. So bishop g1, he has to stop the queen. Then what would you do? King is coming to g2 now. No, this is wrong move. Chess master is wrong move. Not the correct move. Bishop c5 is not the concept. No, it's a wrong move. White has to win the game. You don't need a draw. After bishop c5, pawn push is a draw. You play bishop c5, h2, it's a draw. I say win the game, no draw. White to win. Sorry. Not winning. It's a draw only. Bishop c5 is not working. It's a draw only. I'm sorry. After bishop c5, there is no white win. Bishop c5. Maybe he will come here. And you have to stop. But then he comes. Maybe here. Yeah, it's a draw. But maybe he has winning chance. Maybe he will play this move. Maybe he will play now. Check. This is coming. So bishop c5 is not correct. Here, this is a wrong move. Then white will win the game. Black will win the game. You have to draw the game. This is a mistake. After the move, black should win. Now the threat is this, and the cover is there. No, it's not a draw. Bishop c5 is not a draw. Pawn push wins. It's a mistake. Bishop c5 is a mistake. This is a question mark. Bad move. Find out the correct move. After bishop c5, simply pawn push wins. Winning the game. So the concept is, it is not a natural move, it is a study. So we have to get used to chess endgame studies. Endgame studies. Bishop c5 loses. Suchitra and chess master, bishop c5 loses. You play bishop c5 f5. What are you going to do now? Now threatening pawn push. So the correct move is not this bishop c5. The correct move is to play knight c6. This is the correct move. Now when he pushes the pawn, I will take it and draw. So king here to attack the bishop. Bishop to d4. He will push. Now bishop takes pawn. Now queen. And it is a draw. Bishop to g7. b2. Bishop b2. Exclamation mark. Now even queen extra. Simply the knight is coming. And a block, a fortress. A fortress is being created. You can see now all this is covered. All this is covered by these two pieces. So this and piece, this and this piece covering all this. There is no, the king is fine. There is no way the king can enter the fort. So you need to find not bishop c5. The correct draw method is here bishop. Now here this is the correct move. nc6 x exclamation. And now if you attack bishop d4. Okay, and this is not correct. This is not correct because he can play bishop 2 and sacrifice for the pawn. So he will try to queen, but doesn't matter. Bishop into f6 and now bishop. It's a draw. A knight is coming. No matter where the queen goes, knight, and a fort has been created. Unassailable fort. The black king cannot enter the ring. So one queen cannot do anything. It's a draw. So this is what the concept. You have to, every diagram has a different method. But you should know certain themes. Alright, next. Let's say this position. This is white to play and win the game. White to play and win. How do you win? You need to give the variation. You need to give the variation. In c3, he will play bishop c2, attack the pawn. So we need to know further. Suppose you play in c3, bishop c2 will come. With the idea, he will come here and then come here. Okay? Chess master, you want to attack, he will attack the pawn. How are you going to win? How will you win the game? No, Ramakrishna. This is the correct move. This is the correct move. Winning. King d2 does not win. King d2 does not win. This is the correct move. Now bishop here. He will push the pawn. Now still you are winning. Now he will come to attack. Idea, bishop c4 check indirectly stops. a5, bb3, a6, a6, bishop check. Bishop check and take the pawn. Bishop check. What are you going to do now? Is this winning for white? Is this winning for white? So chess master say it is not winning for white. What about Ramakrishna says? Chess master says it is not winning for white. Hello Rama? Is this winning for white now? Are you there? Are you there, Rama? Now bishop check. Is this winning for white? Ramakrishna. Are you there, Ramakrishna? What about Suchitra? Is this winning for white? No answer from Ramakrishna is not there. Bishop check. Is this winning? Why don't you answer, guys? Why don't you answer? Bishop c4 check is there. Can white win now? Interesting. No, it is now, if we play a6, now it is losing. Losing for whom? Chess master, losing for whom? Who is losing now? Who is losing? White or black? White cannot win now. Do you agree? Do you agree? No, Ramakrishna, no answer. Alright. Suchitra, no answer. Very strange. White is winning the game. Would you believe white is winning the game? How many of you believe white is winning? I say white is winning. How many will agree with me? I say white wins now. How many on my side? How many? Now white is winning. White is winning. How many agree with me? Chess master, you have to believe. Chess is like magic. You know, magical chess. It is magical chess. You have to believe. White is winning. Okay, I will demonstrate the white win. I will demonstrate the white win. King. Now, you have to take the pawn. Because what is the threat now? The threat is to push the pawn and queen. So, bishop into pawn is forced. Very strange that knight e4 exclam. exclam, double X. And now white is lost. अभी sorry, black गणपत हो गया अभी. Now ये बिशप गणपत हो गया. बिशप गणपत हो गया. The bishop is lost. Strange but true. The bishop is lost. Zugzwang, because bishop cannot go to any of the square. Now bishop cannot go to any of the square. All the squares are gone. He has to go here. Anywhere he goes, there is a knight fork. There is a knight fork here or knight fork here. Yeah, so now you believe, chess master. Now do you believe how white is winning? NC3 is a good move. You have to move the bishop. Pawn push, only defense. This is the only defense. Push, only defense. King, only move. Because otherwise pawn queen, only move. And now suddenly the knight is lost. The bishop is lost. White is winning now. A bishop Ganapat ho gaya. Okay, all right. Next. Do you agree with me? I am moving to the next position. Now the bishop is lost. Zugzwang. The king cannot come here. Bishop knight check is there. All right. Next. The position is repetition. White wins. Yes, I am repeating themes. I see when I repeat also, I don't get the correct answer. So you have to do. This is a repetition. No, I am going to show you a theme. Be patient. First, let us do some end games, some puzzles. Then I will do a theme. Please solve this. Solve this. White to play and win. I have done this before. And c6. Okay. Knight c6, king comes. King comes. Bishop into b into a. Okay, he moves the king. What do you do now? Black moves 8. It is your choice. Ishant Ghosh says NC6. Okay, I have already done all that. And BA7. Now, it is white to play. How should white proceed? Chess master, king f4 illegal. King f4 is an illegal move and king f5 is also not good. Once you play king f5 now, if you play king f5, the bishop will come out and draw. King f5 is a draw. If you play king f5, the bishop will come out. You play this is a bad move. Draw. Now the bishop is free. No more win. No more win. Okay, king f5 is a mistake. Okay, Hari Krishna Parikh says king to f7. Alright. If you play king f7, I will wait. King f7, black will wait. Wait. Black plays king b7. Yes. I told you, Isan goes, once you play king to e6 or f5, the bishop comes out. And then the bishop will move freely and draw. Once you play king, king here, the bishop comes and draw. There is not a correct plan. Not correct plan. You allow the bishop to come out, it's a draw. It's a draw. You are doing 200 puzzles daily. My God, it is extraordinary. Just master, you are amazing. 200 puzzle is too much. I think you are getting too tired. 200 puzzle per day, it is just bit too much. You should do 50, 40, 50 puzzles a day. That would be wonderful. 25 endgame, 25 combination. No, king e6 is a draw. I tell you, you release the bishop. This is the only weak point. This is the only weak point. If you release the bishop, then it is a draw. Isan goes 400. Would you believe? Normally in 1 hour, you can do maybe around 10 to 12 puzzles. So how can you do 400 puzzles? Are you reading them quickly with the solution? Okay. The winning method. What is the winning method here? No. Not any two. Not any two. Not any two. What is the winning method? Okay, I give you a broad hint. The winning method is zugzwang. White creates a zugzwang. It is crazy to do 400 puzzles a day. How can you do that? I think you should do quality puzzles. Anyway, the winning method here is to create a zugzwang. And Hari Krishna Parikh, how your knight is coming to f7? See, you start here, you give a check, king attacks, you take the pawn, he just goes here. Now knight cannot move, you wait to move, and I also wait. So, Hari Krishna Parikh got the right idea, but the execution is, you got the right idea, Hari Krishna Parikh. Okay, the correct answer is now pawn queen. Queen, this is the winning move. And after king into king. Now there is no bishop move, and when the king comes here, he will give a knight check and then knight attacking. This is the whole concept. A8 queen. Now the whole point is A8 queen. Here queen, take king g6. Now king g6. Only move. But then knight check, and no matter what you do, knight comes here. And the knight is lost. Bishop is lost. So many players, they miss this move, A8 queen. They do not give this pawn. This is the winning move. Forcing, and now zugzwang. Zugzwang now. Okay. Alright. Next. This position, it is it is draw. But let me tell you, गणपत हो गया. विषभ गणपत हो गया. Now this position, it is a very strange type of draw. The pawns are queening, two connected pawns, and the king is near this. So how can white draw the game? How can white draw? Hello, welcome Aradhya Jain. The lion is back. No, rook f8 loses. If you play rook f8, you lose. White will lose the game. If you play rook f8, he will just play king to b6 and win. Black will win the game. King f8 is rook f8 is losing. No, 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 no. Okay, I will tell you okay, I will give you the hint actually. There is only one method of draw. White can draw only by bringing a stalemate. No, 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 no. Now you can see rook f6 check. The king will come. So what you do now next? Very strange, the resource of stalemate. a7, okay, king, king, now king. The resource of stalemate saves white, otherwise white is lost. a7, he goes king b7, rook f7, okay, king, rook b6, it is not working. No, it is not working. This is not working. rb6 is not working. You will take the pawn. rb6 loses. King into pawn, queen, winning. rb6 is bad move. Not correct move. The correct move is check only. This is the correct move. And now you should come rook here. He is forced to come. And now you attack the pawn. He is forced to come. Now you give a check. He is forced to take. And now rook into pawn. He is forced to queen. And now rook check draw. You have to, if you take, it is a stalemate, and if you do not take, anyway I will check, and force him to take. Stalemate. This is the only resource. All other moves are losing. You have to bring a stalemate. Now for example, now he comes here. Now this is bad. This is bad. Now king, it is lost. It is no more working. This will not work now. Now pawn push, and it is in zugzwang. You can't come here now. You cannot come. King into pawn will come. So the whole point is, the correct move is here, rook check, and now rook attacks, the only move. Now rook attacks. Now, no. I think you give it. I think rook here. Rook check, rook there. I think you give a check only first. No, you attack. Now he cannot waste, he cannot come out. He cannot come out. He cannot come out. And if he takes it, I think I made a mistake here. Here, not rook here. I think you push the pawn. Push the pawn first. Forcing him, now give a check. Force him and now come. Force him. And now rook here. What do you do now? The position of king shows and gives idea of getting stalemate. Yeah, that is the point. Stalemate is a resource, but I am not executing correctly. Here. Maybe you lose one move. You lose one move with rook check. Lose one move. Now you can come. Bas. This is what I should. He can't push this. Check. And I take the pawn. Alright. This is the resource of stalemate. Next. We go to next. Now this position, the queen is in a trap. So the winning method is that we need to reverse the piece position. I want my knight on f2. You want to just oscillate the piece position. Bishop here and knight there. Knight here. So how do we do that? How do we do it? The point is you have to now regroup the pieces. Regrouping the pieces. Okay, to save your time, I will show you the proper move is bishop. He will bring now king so that the bishop is free. Now we bring the bishop. He will come and now bishop takes pawn. He cannot take the pawn. Taking the pawn, the check is coming. So he will wait. He will wait. Now, bishop here. Now he will wait. So we attack. Now he will come. And now what we do? We play bishop to h2. He will take and now bishop. And now the queen is getting trapped. Queen Ganpat ho gaya. The queen gun. So it needs a regrouping. What you need is a regrouping. Just a regroup. Forced. Take. You cannot take it. Only move. Attack. Wait. And now attack. The only move. Bishop. Only move. Bishop. And no answer to the trap. Alright. So these are typical method. You need to understand that the queen is in a helpless position. How about this position? Queen को heart attack हो गया. Heart attack हो गया. Now this position, though it looks like lost, that the bishop is controlling and it is like a wall and the king is coming. However, with correct play, you can draw the game. White to play and draw. Find out about it. How white can draw the game. Yeah, it is white to play. The whole point is now you need to only think of exchanging this pawn for this pawn. That's all. You need to only plan to exchange, and if black avoids that, then it will be a stalemate. Resource of stalemate. Either you will get stalemate draw or technical draw, exchanging the pawn and draw. Last pawn. So you play king to h6. He will come here. Now you push the pawn and he comes here. What to do now? What will you do? The very strange thing, now here you cannot do, this is losing. If you play this, then this is check and wins. He will win the game. So here the drawing method is not this move but queen. This is a draw. This is a draw. Now you have to take it. Now pawn push. Now the point is, if you push 2 and the pawn is lost, and if you push 2, it is draw, and if you play 1, I will attack the bishop. I will attack the bishop, and this is a stalemate. So the resource of stalemate saves, or you exchange the pawn. That here you have to think, this is the critical moment. Here is a critical moment. A player playing g6 will lose the game. h8 queen is exclamation, and draw. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. What if bg7? No, bg7 is no problem. Now here, first move bg7 is not an issue. Here, white to play king. Now pawn push. Now queen. Now pawn push. bg7 is not a problem. bg7, no, here bg7. No, what you say is bg7 check. No, I think I am making a mistake. Okay. bg7, there is a flaw. In this variation there is a flaw. Queen is necessary. Yeah, it is. No, king h7 does not work. King h7 does not work. You will just play bishop here, and pawn push wins. So there is something wrong in the position. What is wrong if bg7 comes? bg7 I will just play here. It's you cannot push. If you take it is a draw. If you push it is a draw. If you push also stalemate. On bg7 simply king h7. Here if you give bg7, now you are giving bg7 check. g6 I play. You play pawn push. You give bg7 check. Just king h7. Now you take it is a draw. No winning material. Whether you play f6 or f5 stalemate. Okay. It's a draw. Next. Now this position I will leave this because it is not so technical. Alright. Again this is interesting position. White to play and draw. White to play and draw. Okay, how to draw? A tricky position, black has two connected pass pawns. How to draw with white? Binoy says rook f6. Rook f6, you want to play rook f6? Rook f6, I will defend the pawn. Obviously, I will defend the pawn. So, what do you want to do? Rook f6, rook d2? No, this cannot be. This cannot be king. Now rook d2 loses, rook f6 loses. So, the correct answer is king g, king coming. This is the correct move. Because if you will push the pawn, it is bad. I will attack. And now it is white who will win the game. White is winning. Because king pawn ending is coming. So pushing the pawn is bad. So king f6, you cannot push the pawn. You can't push. You have to play pawn push. Only move. Only move. But then king comes. Pawn push. Again king comes. Again king comes. Now if you play, the rook is coming and draw because you will get the pawn. So what you will do, when you come, you will push this pawn. You will push this pawn. Now it again looks like white is lost because you cannot stop. However, king takes pawn. And now queens. Then here's amazing check. Here rook check draw. This is a draw. The only resource of stalemate, the whole point is the king has to be active. Number one, the king joins the battle. Otherwise it is lost. And you have to do it right now. The move order is wrong if you play rook f6, rook d2, all losing moves. Only quickly. And black cannot push this pawn. That is bad. Because black will lose the game. So because if he pushes, then he will just come and king is coming to gobble. Only move. But then this is winning for white. So here only move, pawn push. Again the correct move. Pawn push. Again the correct move. Now this is bad. This is bad for black. He will just come here. This is bad. Rook will come and win the game. So he has to push other pawn. But then lucky resource of stalemate. Check and checkmate as stalemate. So resource of stalemate, under promotion, perpetual check, zugzwang, triangulation, opposition. These are the themes. Obstruction. Chalo by this position, it is looks like a bad situation for black. But resource of stalemate saves him. The resource of stalemate. How? For example, now you have to play the correct move. Now the pawn cannot move. Now king will come. And now you push the pawn. He will come. Then push the pawn. He will come. And now push. He will come. Push the pawn. Now the point is, there is no improvement. Now he will wait. Now white cannot capture it. It is a stalemate. And now black king will just come here and come here. Draw. You will just keep on moving these two squares. No progress. You come here, wait. You come here, wait. And now, if you wait, you will come again, draw. There is no progress. Perpetual check. Are you talking of last diagram, chess master? No perpetual check. No perpetual check. So this is the drawing method f5, now f4, pawn push, now pawn push, and now this is just come. King has to keep moving to g4 and h3 draw. So it is what is perpetual check? Perpetual check means non-stop checks. When the checks does not stop, it is perpetual check. Non-stop check, 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 check. 1 million checks. I will give 1 million checks. That is called perpetual check. So this is the method. Resource of stalemate saves the day for black. This position, it is a win, though I have shown a repetition. White wins again. Very strange. White wins the game. How white wins? I have already told you certain themes in end game. So white wins the game by a particular theme. How? h6. Okay, he will take it. You want to play rook into pawn? No problem. He will play this. a3. a3. Black has no problem now. What will you do? What you going to do? How to going to win this position? Huh? He will play a3. What you are going to do? RB1. Now you want to play RB1. RB1, what is RB1? You will take the pawn. So you play take, pawn push. You chess master says C7. So I will take rook into rook. There is a mate threat. If you queen, it's a mate. So here it is not working. Now you play RC1, it is not working. RC1, he will just come here. Next blocker. So the winning method, I will tell you that I just told you lot of themes. Under promotion, building a fortress, perpetual check, repetition, or we create triangulation, opposition, or decoy the king, or you can say there are various themes. Here the winning method is under promotion. In this particular diagram, white wins by under promotion. For example, this is a good move. He has to take it. And now this is a threat. This white threat is to play this and win the rook. So only move, pawn push. Idea, you can't push. If you push now, black wins. Queen means it is a checkmate. It is a checkmate. But he will not queen here. The winning method is bringing the rook. This is the winning move. Double exclamation. I will give 2 exclamation mark. Now Now if you play king, pawn check wins. So you cannot move the king. You can't move the king. And now if you move the king, then that is also losing. Rook check, and now pawn push wins. So you can't move the king. That means he has to move the rook. But then I have got this lovely move. That is the whole point under promotion. That is why rook came. That is the reason rook came to the square, so that knight will come to fork the king and the rook. That's the whole idea. RD6. Forced. No, this is lost. After you play RD6, king b8 loses. And now if you play rook to b6, and he will play pawn push, forced to take, and then knight check, and winning. Knight check, and you win the game. Under promotion. Okay, this is winning the game. Lovely move here. This is the lovely move. Rook coming here. The correct move. Winning. Okay. Nothing he can do. Black is helpless. Nothing stops now. Pawn push and knight is coming. Under promotion. Okay, I go to the next. Now this is a coordination of queen and knight. I mean, queen and knight is a wonderful pair. So you need to find a win. How to capitalize the coordination of queen and knight. That's it. Find out about it. Find out about it. Find out. White to play and win. White to play and win. The coordination of queen and knight. Queen c7 check. He has only one move. When force move, one should never waste time on force moves. It is not discover check. The winning method is tricky. It is not discover check. Queen c7 check. This is a good move, correct move. He goes here. Then how do you win? Queen f5 check. Then king has to come. He has to, because king here loses. Queen check, and this is a mate, and this is also mate. So he will play only move. King to b7. What now? What now? No, you have no time. For example, check. If you play queen to b6, it is a draw. Once he gives a check, no, then a million checks will come. A million checks will come now. Draw. Once the queen comes out of the case, it's a draw. So you cannot, no time to halt. You don't have time to halt. So queen check means king. NC5 check. Okay, he cannot go to this square. Why square? The square is here. So he has to go only move. You cannot go there. Check, checkmate. You cannot go here also. Huh? You cannot go to c8. If you go to c8, there is a square. So only square. This is the only move. All this is forced. When you go queen, king 8 is forced. Check, king b7 is forced. Now check, only king b8 is forced. All series of only moves. Now how do you win? All forced moves. Everything is forced, tip to toe. What to do now? No, discover check. Knight a6 check, king to b7. Knight a6 check, king to b7. Knight a6 does not work. You find out the win. I will write back. You find out. Okay, I'm back. I'm back now. Vinoy says queen b6, kc8, queen b7, kd8, kd2, zugzwang. Correct answer. Correct answer by Vinoy. Congratulations. Now queen b6 check, only move. Queen b7 check, only move. And now king d2. There is no check and zugzwang. The king has no move and the queen has no move. He has to defend the mate. Cannot defend. The correct answer. Aradhya Jain, the answer is king d2, not king d3. The correct answer is king d2. Here, king d2. Yes, you have written kd3 to d2. Okay, fine. Well done. Next. So this is a series of force moves. When you give a check, only move. 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 And now king. Zugzwang. It is a zugzwang. Next. This position, a typical win. So let us go over quickly. I want to do the topic. Let us come on fast. The point is, here it is a win because the king is in a mating net. If you count the material, it is not a great material advantage for white. Because if you take rook into pawn, it is an easy draw. This is an easy draw. He will come here and draw. There is no win. No win at all. So, the point is, now rook b6, suddenly the king is in trouble. Now the idea, the king comes here and then rook comes here and mate. Idea is, bring the king to this square and then rook check and rook coming and checkmate. However, you don't underestimate. He will come. Now pawn push. He will come. Now pawn push. He will come. Now he will try to obstruct. Now the bishop is guarding the mate thread. But anyway rook check. Anyway check and pawn checkmate. Or he can come other way also. For example, he can come like this also. Like this. And now rook here like this. Now anyway check and checkmate. So the mating net, the point is the king is in a mating net. Alright. Aradhya Jain, rook b6. Just rook g6, correct move, correct move. Okay, next. Rook g6, correct. Okay, next. Now the position, it is a win. All you have to do, decoy the king. You need to decoy the king. The point is, you are queening here in this diagonal, in this one. So you have to decoy the king back. Now, for example, now here he will play. White to play. White will come. Black has to come here. Otherwise, if you push the pawn, it is lost. So only move. Now again he will give a threat. Again only move. Now pawn push, check. This is a critical moment. The theme is, you want to decoy the king. The pawn will queen here and you want to decoy the king. But at this moment, when you give a check, now again you have to play carefully. Critical moment. Correct square, wrong square. If you go to the wrong square, it's a draw. Because black gains a tempo. A tempo. Check. Now king and a tempo. Draw. So this is the correct move is, here you have to come king. King. And now pawn push, pawn push. Pawn push, pawn push. He cannot push the pawn because king comes and then blocks. So you have to halt king. Now pawn push. He will push. Decoy the king to the queening diagonal. And queen. The whole point is, you need to decoy the king up and down. And it is very important, the critical moment, that here the critical moment is when he gives a check, you need to come to the correct square. Don't walk into the check. Now this will walk into the check. So don't walk into check. King here is the correct move. Alright. I will show maybe another diagram or same theme, another diagram next. So tomorrow is the kite festival. Then Gujarat, they celebrate 3 days. Uttaran, they call kite festival is called Uttaran here. And then Basi Uttaran. They enjoy. The children are not happy with one day kite festival. Uttaran and Basi Uttaran and all. So, okay guys, so we'll have next session on Monday. But anyway, I am continuing now. I will continue now. Next session will be on Monday. Okay, next. I have done it already. This is white to play and win. White to play and win. This is also a tricky win. The point is, the winning method, it is no direct force win. You have to make a creeping move. Creating opponent into zugzwang. The only method, now for example, to save your time, I say rook check. So force. You cannot move the king, you will get mated. You will get mated. So only move rook. Now give a check. Again only move. You cannot go here. That is losing. Even rook check wins the queen. So only move. At this point, there seems to be no force win. Now queen check does not work. And now rook into does not work. So there is no force win. But this quiet move. Suddenly, black is in zugzwang. The queen cannot give a check. And no good move. Rook cannot move. You can't move the rook. Checkmate. You can't move the rook. If you move the rook, queen to rook into rook wins. You can't move mate. and rook into rook, he loses the queen. And queen into rook is a mate. So this quiet move, very strange that this is the only correct move. Quiet move is. This is winning. Very strange. Now black queen has no check position. But not this move. Not after the move, not this bad move. Bad move. Because of checks. He has got checks. So the correct move is king. No check position. No good check. I mean, check is there. No good check. And zugzwang. Either he gets mated or loses the queen. So a fantastic move. King h6. A creeping move. Double exclamation. Alright. Okay, next. The position, it is white to play and win. Draw. I'm sorry, draw. How do we draw? How to draw this position? A theme. This consists of a theme. Believe me, these themes will help you in your middle game to calculate and evaluate. Rook h7 loses. Rook h7, rook into rook. Aradhya Jain, in the last diagram, if you king h6, rook h7, just rook into rook. Just rook into rook wins. So here, what is the drawing method? How can white draw this game? How can white draw? It is not a stalemate theme. This theme is not stalemate. The theme is, there is a game called Luka Chupi. Luka Chupi. Luka Chupika. The strange thing, Luka Chupi khel. No, it is not a stalemate. KB3, KG3 draw. No, it is not a draw. It is not a draw. King G3, I will play king. How do you draw? King G3 is a good move, but what will you do now? King h3, rook attacks. So the correct move is bishop has to chup jayega. And if you go here, chup jayega. And if you go here, he will hide here. Bishop is hiding. Now this is a real threat. So he is draw. For example, he comes, let us say he brings here. Now the bishop, his threat is to attack the bishop and then queen. So bishop has to hide. Hide behind the king. White, now black has no good move. He cannot attack the bishop. If you go here, he will again hide. And this is the threat now. And now if you come here, it is a forced draw. Now it is not working. I will attack. And bishop takes pawn. So the whole point is you need to attack, and when the king comes anywhere, suppose you come, now you have to hide behind the king. This is now hide behind the king. And if you come here, hide behind the king. Bishop to c5. Rook cannot get a tempo. That is the whole thing. Okay. So I think this is okay. This is okay. Now king d2 is not correct. After king d2, you hide behind the king. This is bad. This is a bad move. He will come here. He will come and win the game. So here king d2, you hide behind it. Hide. Now what you want to do? You want to go here? I will go somewhere. I will hide. I need to hide. I need to hide where? Now I cannot go to this square. I cannot go any of the square. Rook will attack. Cannot go any of the square. Cannot go to this square. The check. The only move here. King. Hide. Look at Supi. Now the simple answer. King will come and take the pawn. Take the pawn. Draw. Okay, I hope you understand. After king d2, bishop here, and now if you attack, hide all the. No tempo. You come here, I will attack. You come somewhere here, I will take it. It's now, I think, you just come over somewhere. Now bishop here, draw. You cannot give a mate threat. It is the right corner. The king, right corner for the bishop. Draw. Okay. All right, next. Okay, this I have already done, I think, a creeping move. I already done. So we will go to our main theme today. Now I will go to our main theme. All right, I think, okay, all this thing is, I will do it later. There is no time to do. I will do it later. Go to our main theme. Okay. The point is, okay, you know, I want to discuss a game of Vijay Anand versus Joel Benjamin. Played in the Vaikanji tournament 1989. Holland, Vaikanji. So in this classical Sicilian, basically the rouser attack is the main line. Bishop c4 is very interesting, but there are modern players, modern way to fight and equalize. So rouser attack is the main line. Now there are two choices. One you can play a6, one you can play a6 here. With the idea, next move bd7 and then either b5 or queen b6, bd7 and castle. So this is one plan, that is b66 to 69. The code is b66 to b69. And the other one is to play here, to play b7 and castle quickly. So castle, castle. Now knight b3. Well, this is not the main move. There are a lot of moves. You can play f4 here. You can play f3 here. White can play f3, f4. All these things is there. But this is played for an interesting, because he wants to avoid the exchange of pieces. So white wants to play this. Okay, now black plays f3. Well, this is not the main line. Okay, I will show you f3. Now goes rook d8. Black's plan is straight. He wants to hit the center with the d5. In Sicilian defense, if black gets the freeing move d5, then it is easy equality. The central superiority is gone. So black straight away threatening directly. Not the best way. After the move, white goes kb1. Now I think the correct move for black is to play queen to c7. Why queen c7? Now it is like a race. Now white pawns wants to storm. This pawns wants to storm. You want to play this, and threaten to attack. White wants to storm the pawns. White wants to storm this. Okay. And black wants to storm this pawns. But queen is blocking. The queen is blocking the pawn. So the correct move, you can play a6, queen c7 or direct queen c7 also. This is also the correct way. Freeing the pawns. It is like a race between two. Both will try to attack each other. But instead of playing this, Grandmaster Benjamin played a straightforward d5. Not the best move. Now he played bishop into. Bad move. At least now he can still fight and survive after bishop into. The position is already bad for black, but he can fight it out. But a very bad move. The point is, it went out of his mind about the back rank weakness. The back rank. This is the problem. The pieces are not joined. So Vijay Anand is always very sharp. He was from the beginning of his career, bishop into bishop. Now knight into is not possible, and rook into queen loses to knight into. Now knight into is impossible, the knight comes here. Suddenly the black queen is having problem to defend the back rank, because the only square, but the knight b5 is lost. The back rank is the problem. 3 pieces. Of course, you can save by giving queen, then piece down. It is a piece down. So the whole point is, the variation of direct coming there, it is bad. Now Anand won the game very easily. Bishop into, this is a double question mark. Very bad move. Fantastic move. Now knight into, wonderful move. And now, okay, you can take knight into, but nc4 wins. nc4 wins. And now this is simply nc4 winning. The only move. And now 3 pieces for queen. All of you know that 3 pieces are too much for the queen. Okay, so I will discuss, instead of playing this move, I will go to the main line also for here. Instead of playing this line, he could have played here. Actually, it's strange that this time Anand was on the other side, black, and he showed the correct plan. Let us say the improvement. Anand is there with Benjamin. Do I have? Yes, it is there. It is there. Now castle, knight b3, and now queen b6, f3, rook d8, and now kb1. As we saw that here, d5 turned out badly. So Anand played the correct move, queen. And now after the game, now bishop into f6. Well, here bishop into f6 is not the best move. Bishop into f6 takes g4. It is not dangerous. It is not dangerous. This is bad move. In fact, Anand played it mechanically. Here, you know, the Sicilian, now the main strategy is a race between these two pawns, between these pawns. It is a race. It is a race. He wants to start racing, and black wants to start pushing the pawns and counter attack. So here it is best to go sharply with a6. And now he will play h4 or g5. and now pawn push b5, h5, b4, and black has counter attack. Black has counter attack. So this is the correct way, and black should find at least equality or sharp play, anybody's game. There is nobody is better now. It is only going on a race between two players. So this is best way to play. Black should have played a6, but strange, rare mistake by Anand. He played here bad move g6. G6, and now it is winning for white, because in Sicilian is such a sharp game. One careless move, the whole game is lost immediately. h4. I think the attack is too much now. Now one tempo. It is a race, so black is behind one tempo in the race. Forced, forced, again forced, and now the attack plays itself. It is too late now. Too late. Now white knight cannot be attacked. The pawns have come to an halt. Now the pawns have come to an halt, and the h file is open. The queen is joined. It is all over now. It is all over. Queen h2. Now rook d3. Very simple way. Pawn push naturally. Naturally, you want to bring rook h3, so he pushes the pawn. And now rook. It is all over. Now Benjamin played the natural looking move rook h8. Now the winning move, and it was demonstrated by Vijay Anand. Anand gave the correct answer, rook h7. Only move, rook into knight. Bishop, rook into bishop. Only move, check. The only move, and finish. Now there is no answer. Pawn to f6 and queen g7 check. There is no answer. Simply it is all over. The black pawns have come to an halt on the queen side. Black need to open line. Where are you going to open? Now bf5. Now this is winning. If you play piece down, simply nothing works. bf5 loses to take, and this is winning. Only move and lost. So bf5 does not work, and now other moves are helpless. Suppose you play other moves, this is lost. What are you going to do now? So this is lost. Now if you play queen c6, simply f6 and queen g7 is winning. Rook queen takes and piece down and bad position. So queen c6 does not work. Now if you play bb7, this also fails. The same. So simply he was winning the game after rook into rook h7 was winning. Here rook h7, but he played the bad move, and now there is no win. I think the strength of attack is now weak, because only queen and rook in attack is not working. The same thing does not work here. No time. There is no time to move the rook. End of the initiative. Nothing. Everything is defended. White is buried down, and there is not much resources. So this typical mistake was done by Vijay Anand was to play g6 move. And here, this is the terrible move. G6, terrible move. Instead of that, he should not waste time doing the counter attack. A6 and now b5. And you are ahead in the race. Okay, so I am going to show you that still there is a lot of things one has to work out. For example, in the game that Benjamin Anand showed, there is an improvement by Grandmaster Boris Gulko. I will show that game. That is very instructive. In the same game, between the game Benjamin and Anand, I will show the game of Grandmaster Boris Gulko. Gulko is there. Okay. Knight b3 and now rook d8, and now what we follow is same queen c7. Up till now it was Benjamin Anand game in 1993, and now here the correct move a6. Okay, here the position was, race was going on, g4, anyway g4, anyway bishop and knight and all this thing, but now here he played bd3, a6, now b5, and now b4. You can see the race, black is ahead. Now knight f4 does not work. Knight f4, rook b8 will come, and after bishop coming here, he has got knight, and he will remove the blockade. The point is, white's blockade will not work now, not working, and then the pawns will start rolling. So the whole point is, rook b8 and knight d7 will stop. That is the reason he should have started action immediately. a6, b5, b5, and now b4, knight d2, e2. Now knight into. The point is here, it is not about the race mating attack. Now black is looking for a technical win. He is looking for a triple advantage, positional advantage, like two bishops against the knight, two knights. He is looking for a position, a two bishop and two knight in the variation. For example, now after the move a5. So again rook. Now queen. Now what else you will do? You want to start a race. Now what are you going to do now? How to create threat? You need to push g4 and g5. So how can you push g4? He will make a blockade. Knight will come and pawn h5. Suppose you try to advance with rook g1 or rook g1, knight g4 and pawn h5. Will bring a complete halt to black pawns, white pawns. It will bring a complete halt. So you have to play queen f3 to start advancing g4. But then bishop b7. So what else? Now the threat is coming very fast. So he comes here. Bishop into. So this is the thing. Black is aiming for advantage of two bishops and against two knights. Technically, black is better in the end game, because the pawns are on both wings. Suppose the pawns are on one side, then the advantage of bishop knight is no more there. Imagine the queen side pawns are exchanged and white has castled king side. I don't see anything is wrong here, but this is bad now. It looks like an attack, but it is not working. Just exchange the rooks. Forced. Now pawn push. Forced. Well, he wants to seize the diagonal. Now black wants to seize the diagonal. You got to play this move. Now bishop. Pressure. Now he plays bishop b6. The idea, the pawn and a pawn is hanging now, and the knight also. So taking advantage, bishop attacks the queen. You cannot take that. You will pawn down and you will get mated also. So he will play queen to b6. Bad move. He should have played here queen f3. Anyway the position is bad. Two bishop, two knight, and anyway it is a bad position. Forced, and it is clearly better for black. Bishop is centralized and bad king situation of white. So, but he played very bad move here and surrendered quickly. This is mating attack is coming. Just a back rank. All you need to clear back rank. Resign. Okay. So this is the point. The whole variation I told you how you could play. This is the correct way shown by Grandmaster Gluko. Not wasting time. Right away a6 b5. All right. Now I will show the main plan in this line. Nowadays is not this, but the main game I will show. Where is this one? Where is this one? Where is this one? Where is that? I have not kept it. I got it. I got it. Now, rouser attack. So is avoiding. In fact, you can allow knight into capture. That is a very passive position for black. You can play kb1 also. You can play kb1, no problem. This is a passive position. I will discuss that. One game, a player between, who is that white player? White player, black is How Rifan. Who is white player? I think white is a strong grandmaster. I will show that game anyway. So here he plays knight b3. Now queen, this is Bishop into is just losing. After bishop takes, simply queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn is just good. Now bishop into knight. You have to take this, otherwise a check is coming. Pawn into, and queen f3 attacking f2 and simply loses after this. Maybe I can show you one game that this ending is enough for white to win the game. So white maintains the extra pawn and win the game. I will show a game of Ivanchuk. Okay, I will show you right away. Then I will come back. I will come back. Where is that game? Ivanchuk Arab. So we should know that this is bad. He must take with the pawn. He must take with the pawn. Okay. I will come back to the game. First, why this is bad? Take. Now you have to take the bishop first. Now queen. And now Ivanchuk maintained. He just plus. Bishop d5. Now white rooks are connected and I don't see queen side majority is there. Slowly and steadily white will consolidate and realize his extra pawn into a win. No, great player like Ivanchuk will not miss this. Very easy. There is no only one check. You don't need to worry. Queen check is a spite check. After queen a3, kb1, nc4 you have to worry. There is no follow-up of pieces. So he is trying to attack. Winning. There is no knight check, nothing. And Ivanchuk went on to extra central pass pawn and clear easy win. His pieces are also coordinating. That means you have to play pawn into. In the opening, you got to play bishop into. When he plays bishop into, no. Here only move pawn into. But then I will discuss what happens if queen h6, which is not a good move. Which is not a good move. Black has ample resources to defend. It looks like a weak king. But it is easy to defend this. The other move is to play h4. This is gf6. You can play h4. You can play queen f6. No. Here one is queen h6. One is h4. H4 was played between whom? White was Nigel Short and black was Anatoly Karpov in the candidates match 1990. 92, I'm sorry. So h4 is okay. But actually h4 also does not promise advantage. And here queen h6 also not correct. The correct move is to play f4. No. After this, the correct move is f4. So I will discuss 3 games. First, let me take you to queen h6. Then I will take you to h4 and then I will go to the main line f4. Why queen h6 is not good? I will go to Smirin. Now this bishop into pawn into. Now queen h6. It appears a rapid attack because the rook is ready. Now the rook is ready. He is coming for attack. And these things are dangerous attack. But what black need to bring the rook to g5. Black knight is ready to come to center. And black just have to move the king and bring the rook. And this point can be guarded. With the queen. So just king h8. Not allowing the rook, but queen e8. To free the rook, you have to bring the rook quickly. So free the rook. Knight. There is no progress now. Now the rook cannot be stopped. Now I will take the bishop. This is a very important attacking piece. Without the bishop, you can't put pressure. You have to save. You got to save it. Free. End of the attack. Nothing. Now you come here. Everything is guarded. The rook is holding the fort. There is no plan. So queen h6 simply loses the momentum of attack and black sets all right. Very simple moves. King h8. You can see there is no answer. King h8 and this is winning. For black now. And rook consolidates. End of the initiative. So I will leave queen h6. However, please note that this kind of pawn structure can be very dangerous. This kind of pawn structure can be very dangerous. I will show you a game. Maybe now I can show you. After see pawn into here, this kind of pawn structure can be lethal in some. Not you should not take it for granted that black will be able to defend. For example, Fischer versus Sofreski. Robert Fischer, great Bobby Fischer. In my opinion, he is the greatest. Okay, I am not authentic. You have to agree with Vijay Anand. Vijay Anand said he said that before 2000 Fischer was the greatest, and after 2000 Kasparov is the greatest. That means Kasparov created more beautiful games and rating and all strength after 2000. So this is a very strange thing anyway. But I think because without any help, computer, any team, and single-handedly he fought entire Russian team and beat them. All right, let's go to the game of Fischer Sofreski and I'll come back. This kind of structure. Player Sofreski. अरे भाई फिशर का है ही नहीं, क्या बात है. Sofreski, would you believe that? Am I there? Then it should be here. See. Okay, I will go to Mega only. I have to go to Mega. Sofreski. White was Fischer. Yeah, it is here. See, very instructive middle game. Now, Bishop. No. Now, if the whole idea you want to take it, then he can take with the pawn. And you do not reach easily. This kind of structure we just saw. But he gains a tempo. Now the point is, if you come here, and he will be alright, king to h8. After king h8 is nothing. So he gains a tempo fast. So queen is ready with a tempo. Queen is ready now. Not only watching, he is ready to go to this point. After bishop and knight. Bishop into. You cannot take bishop into losing a pawn, only move. But then rook, knight d5. The immediate queen is not working because the queen is this is the defender here. He will come. So before goes the queen, cut down the rook and d5. Forced. You cannot take it. You take it, then you join the rook with a tempo, then queen h6 and finish. It is a finish. Nothing can help. I think it is lost. So the only move is to support the bishop. And now once again one pawn, and now there is a double threat. Threat is this move and the permanent pin. You will not be able to get out. Finish. Double attack and pawn up and mating attack. So this is the kind of structure that I was telling that this is bad, but you need to gain tempo. And Fischer did it immaculately. Immediately queen, then queen g5 is there. You can't go. So completely stopped him and won the game. So I will come back to that Rouser attack. I already discussed queen h6 variation. I already discussed the queen h6 variation. Here bishop into gf6 and queen h6 is not working because simply he comes king h8 and then queen and then knight. So other two moves I will discuss. I will discuss pawn h4 and I will discuss pawn f4. The f4 is the current main line. However, we should not discard h4 because Nigel shot one very strongly. What is this? Hello? Fian Gref. Okay. Alright. So here I will show you game between h4 now. I have done already queen h6. Next I will go to h4. Next I will go to the main line. So let us go to the h4 line. First Karpov. a6. So I told you bf6 simply pawn down. Ivanchuk's game I just showed, only move. And now h4. This is also not bad. However, in this position white has resources. Now one of the idea of h4 that rook can join. The idea is pawn storm f4 or h4. Now the rook can join by h3 sometime. g4. There is no point rook h3 now. g4. Now he played active move. Okay, rook g8 is a good move also. Rook g8, but this is very, because in Sicilian defense the timing is important. You have to be on the razor edge. You have to be on the saddle. You have to be on the saddle. So he plays b5. Idea b4, a5, etc. Now played b4. Good move. Okay, rg8 was having lot of resources. Because why rg8 is necessary, I will tell you. The point is, now he wants to take the pawn and take this queen into d6. So rg8, if you take pawn into bishop f8. Now the center is good. Black has nothing to worry. This pawn is double pawn and the knight can come. So a prophylactic move, that is why rook g8 is played, so that you giving a room for the bishop. Main idea of rook g8, giving a room for the bishop. But he played attack. Okay, knight a4. Now knight a2 is bad because a5 is really alarming. a5, then heartbeat will start. White Ganapat ho jayega. White Ganapat ho jayega. So you have to play here knight to a4, blocking the pawns. But then rook g8. I already explained the idea. Rook g8 making a room for the bishop. So pawn takes pawn, you get nothing. Bishop f8 is everything under control. So f4. The idea is to start working. King b1. There is attack has come to an halt. Now pawn takes f6. White loses all the thread of attack. So he decided to play king. Now bishop f8 anyway. And now he played e5. The idea, now you have to decide. All exchange of pawns will finish the white attack. So only move. If you exchange pawn into pawn, the end of attack. So the only way to plan for attack is f5 and the breakthrough on g6. And now you can see here queen g5 is not queen g5. It is not good. You know why queen g5 is not good? If you play queen g5, now queen coming. No, here not this move. I have to show you. Rook g5 is the correct answer. So here this is the correct answer. After queen g5, queen d3 is plus minus. This is very dangerous. Now black queen is exposed and rook is moving, simply doubling rook h5 tempo and double the rook. That is why Grandmaster Karpov played more carefully rook into g5. More careful. Now he played queen f6. Well, other moves are getting worse. So this is a more prophylactic and careful move. What our main idea is to get this break with the help of knight and collect the pawn. That is the idea. So he played knight c8. Not now. There is nothing else. Nothing else. That king side attack has come to an halt. Rook doubling is no meaningless now. Okay, here in this position, he has to defend. Good move. Very well played. Exchange of queens is not going to get anything for white. Okay, here the simple move. You have to take queen f5. Karpov has played very well, and now all he needs queen f5. And after that, no, not this. Queen f5, and the game is perfectly alright for black. For example, all will agree that there is no attack on the black king now. and black pawns are ready to advance. Now next job, he will start rolling his e pawn and f pawn. Black is ready to roll the pawns now, these two pawns. So, and the king is safe now. Now there are two guards, 3-4 guards near the king. So there is no danger and he is ready. So I would say minimum it is equality or black is little better. But in the game, it is maybe a time trouble. It could be attributed to time trouble, this kind of error. This is the typical error that he finds queen into. The knight into pawn, rook into. This is the variation overlooked by great Anatoly Karpov. Now you cannot take rook into rook. Now rook into the queen f8 check, the only move, and then queen come back with a huge advantage. Because now you cannot take the knight. If you take the knight, it is rook into will lead to finish. Only move. You can't take the knight. The only move. And now, time trouble. All these moves you can see, entire time trouble. So here, the simple, in this position, instead of knight e7, now queen f5, he missed this chance. That means the h4 is not great. h4 is not a great move. So black found the correct counterplay after h4. Karpov, this must be here, h4. This simply king h8, everything is okay. Okay, black is alright. Now I will show another game now. The main line. First I will tell you why nd4 is bad. Maxim Weicher, a great 2800 player. Then I will go to the other line. Bishop g5, e6. Now castle. Now knight into d4. To avoid the knight b3. Now knight. After this capture, black always remains passive because you cannot attack. The main problem is white queen is centralized. White queen is centralized. And black has no counter attack coming easily. You can't play e5. You cannot dislodge the centralized queen. f3. Simply white has a ready-made plan. There is nothing black trying to attack, but he is missing the absence of knight. Everything is good. The knight is good enough. One knight is good enough to defend the whole castle of queen side. Not easy to make any progress. Here bishop takes knight and g5 gains at tempo, but there are not many pieces left to attack. So in the main line, the old main line, they used to play bishop knight and pawn g5, but here you need the pieces. So bishop has to come back. I think the white attack is going much faster than black. Good move. Nothing. For example, and d3, now he will drive the queen. Now white queen will chase the black queen with queen d2, bd2. The attack comes to full stop for black. End of the black's initiative. The end game is plus minus. It is still instructive, though it is end game. I will still discuss how he is won the game. Forced, and now bishop. Forced. This is only move. If you play rb8, then rook double. Rook b8 loses to rook doubling. So only move. Only move, and now winning the game. The point is, now the b4 pawn is very vulnerable. After the move, rook b4, the only move, and pawn push. The back rank. Now back rank issue is 1. There are so many weaknesses. Weakness number 1 now, back rank, and this is a weak pawn, this is a weak pawn, and the king is clear. Now the rook comes cut off, winning. Back rank has to be guarded, only move. Now only move. You cannot push the pawn, rook into b4, only move. The idea the king is safe now. And winning. Now even this pawn will fall, then you will have 3 connected pawns, and there is only lone pawn, lone pass pawn. Finish. There is nothing. You cannot do anything. If you play rook check, rook exchange, single rook ending. No progress. Now 3 pass pawns are rolling. So anyway, the ending is interesting. The main concept is the one black should not do like this type of error. Okay, that comes in some queen v6 variation early, but knight into queen into is left with a totally passive position. So we should avoid that going for the next game. The main line h4, f4. Where is where is that game? And b3. So this is one plan, and the other plan is to go for queen b6, rook d8, queen c7. I told you that plan already. So here a6, but then bishop takes. So you have to take with the pawn. As I told you, bishop f6 simply loses, as Ivanchuk demonstrated. So pawn into, and now f4. So I have discussed already h4, I have discussed queen h6, and now the last main line f4. Race, excellent move. It was a novelty at that time. This was a new idea. The earlier move, it was of course other moves were playable, like queen e3 is there, like other moves like kb1 or f5, but this is the latest at that time and really fantastic plan. White is simply bringing rook to d3 and rook s3, queen s4 winning. Quick plan. A prophylactic move. Idea, now if you play e5, the knight enters. Now queen b6 is an interesting move. Now the knight wants to heading to f4. You cannot allow the knight coming, because you will not be able to hold on to the e6 point. And e5, the knight will enter. So you have to stop the knight. Now the knight wants to go to h5 any moment, and bishop c4 is coming. Threat, forced. There is no other way. Rook has to stay on the g file. Now the knight is heading to the key square. It is positionally lost now. Black dare not take rook g2, opening the line. He dare not take the g pawn. Taking the g pawn, then tempo, and now tempo. You have to defend the fourth threat, and now tempo. Finish. The position is plus. Simply, there is only defender of black king. The rook will exchange, and that is very bad. So you accepting the pawn is quite risky in the practical play also. So here he plays knight, and now knight. Now this is the only pride of the position is this. So once this is exchanged, and after that there is nothing left for black. So just come. And now he plays rook bishop d8. This is not correct. Not correct. Now better was to play here knight b5. The best chance to complicate the matter and having some life, although white is already better. This is the best. But he played the bad move bishop. Now knight into knight is simply enough. Now white simply wins, should win knight into knight, pawn into, rook into, and after the move simply come. The position, the pieces are exchanged, you have to take the knight. This is nothing. Nothing. And thereafter the position is, you have space advantage, also queen side advantage, everything is better. Pass pawn, clear plus minus. So I would leave this at this point, and I will show you some more games on this. So my suggestion is that you should play f4 is the main line. Here, where is the move? f4, bf6, gf6, and f4. Now b5. Here, of course, there are, you have got queen b1 is there. Sorry, you have queen. You played queen e1. Other than that, he can also play some other moves other than that. For example, Now you can play KB1. Grandmaster Ghabriko, he played KB1 here. For example, here, this is interesting, not bad, interesting. What else you will do? E5 is not good anyway, because knight will enter via G3, BC4 crossing, only move. Now, whether you take the pawn or not, this is some compensation. I believe that it is good for white only, because only move, and now it is a position. But in the actual game, black won the game, not because of the position, some middle game mistakes. The other move was F5, 12th move here. Queen E1 is one move, and F5 is the other move. After F5, he has attack. White has attack. However, my recommendation is to play F4 and Queen E1 in this variation. After B5, Queen E1. This seems to be very logical to me. Very logical. Okay. Now he should have played here Queen C7, because E5 creates a hole on D5. E5, then the bishop can come to this point. Okay. This is a target. And second thing, he can also play here. The knight can come this side also. So this is not a good move in this kind of position. Here it was better to play here Queen C7. That was more to the point. Queen C7, and after A5, now standard counter attack. Okay. You are feel free to ask me anything in the variation. Okay, I will show two more games in this line. For example, now knight B3, F5. White wants to enter to H6 also and creating a target. Forced, rather. Now EF5 is bad. Now if you play D5, which Vijay Anand recommended, E5, D5, simply knight comes back. Now the knight is having to a strong square. This is what Anand's recommendation. And if you play pawn into pawn, and this is again white better. Once again, it is evaluation by Vijay Anand. Plus minus. According to Anand, this is clear. And the position, bad king side, all pawn structure, horrible, and no attack. Okay. So this is, if EF5 is bad, E5 is bad. So here he comes, knight. And now lot of pawn weakness. Pawn into pawn, it will be bad. After this move, simply check and you have to take queen check, rook d3. Two queen checks and rook lift to third rank and mate. Check and rook lift. So you can't take that. So only move here, you have to take with the bishop. But then the positionally it is lost, because black attack is not going through. White has all the way, all easy plans, very easy. Plus minus. Simple plan. Black is unable to do any attack because queenside pawns are moving too slow. And Judith Polgar won the game easily against Grandmaster Sachs. So one more last game I will show in this line. Not that always white is winning. Okay, and one more game I would like to show you. Where is that one? Yeah. Castle. Now this is the one of the most popular line. Now for example, F4. Now this is B5. This is, I will discuss in the Monday's class. I will discuss this one of the main line, and Rouser I will discuss thoroughly in Monday's class. Okay. So let us say H6. Now if you play bishop H4, knight into pawn is there. So black is little better. That is why you have to now play bishop and knight. Only move. But then king b1. Here, now the position, in this position, queen a5. What is the, you have to understand the main idea behind all this. Because the knight is unable to move, you need to regroup the pieces. And black is looking to exchange the pieces, queen coming to actively to c5 at right time. Okay. Now this is not, it is natural and not a good move. Giving a tempo. I think already the position is inferior. The one of the main idea, the black bishop goes to h6. And this is the plan. Now the queen will offer, the queen will sitting pretty on this point. Because no pawn, no knight, no rook will attack for a long time. Centralized queen. The point, you cannot give the h2 pawn just for some imagination of attack. So you have to take, the ending is inferior. Inferior ending. Why it is necessary? Because the king wants to safety. The king wants to go away to this point or this point. But the bishop needs protection. Bishop you can't move, e6 pawn. So you have to come back. Everything is okay now. And the endgame will win. Two bishop versus and center pawns. Black has got center pawns and advantage of bishop pair. Very well played. Technically all perfect moves. And black makes no mistake and easily capitalizes this superior center. And I will show you still further. Very well played by Judith. Only move, check. Bishop check was also winning, but cut off the king first. Idea bishop check and pawn push. Idea bishop check, pawn push, so pawn advance. Forced. Again forced. And now, not the pawn push move. This is not great now. This is not great. So king will attack. So king, and now in time. It is hopeless position. 3 active pieces and 3 passive pieces. Active pieces and all are passive. Cannot defend. Zugzwang. It is virtual zugzwang now. He has to surrender one by one now. Only move. False. Everything one by one false. Winning the game easily. So this is thematic game, very well played by black, Judith Polgar. Now in the next session, I will go to the main line, not this h6, not this h6, here a6, here you played b5. I will discuss this at length. This is a very interesting line, and I think you should be thoroughly aware, because one of the most popular line. The master of the variation is Kozulzenko. He has got tremendous success. So in the Monday's class today, it is already time up. So I will not be able to discuss this further. So thank you very much, friends. I wish you a good kite festival, Uttaran, Basi Uttaran, and all these things. See you again later. Take care and bye. Bye. Enjoy. But take care of the birds. So Uttaran, lot of birds die. So you should be very kind to the birds. Bye.